Jen, 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 Jen.
Gotta get a witness.
Jen, 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 Jen,
I was
Jen.
telling Miss Diamond that I was in the kitchen making the patty with the bird, and the bird tweeted something that sounded so much like a part of that song.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, she's channeling.
I'm gonna diss you right now. Woo!
I'm going to dan 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 dan.
That's Miss Revlon's song, honey.
Yes.
Now
yes,
that's
honey.
100% dissing.
Yeah.
Yes, 100% diss.
Fabulous, darling.
Who do you have a talkative? You have a cockatiel, don't you?
Cockatiel, right?
And
She doesn't talk. She tweets a lot, though.
She tweets a lot, and does she whistle? Because cockatiels whistle.
She whistles.
Yeah,
She whistles.
they're so adorable, and they know you.
Oh
They
yeah,
know
she
you, and they
knows
love
my
you.
voice. I was telling Miss Honey, she when she hears my voice in the morning when I'm telling Bob good morning because he's feeding her, she starts going crazy, tweeting in his ear, and it's not fun.
Aww.
In
But
his
it's
ear.
Cute. Like she's sitting here eating food, like he's feeding her like this, and she's tweet.
You're
right
not supposed to spoil animals, darling.
Oh, you're not, but
You're not, darling.
If Bob wants to eat in bed, that's fine.
That's fine. Who am
bird.
I kidding? Who am I kidding? Let me tell you, my cat has me trained, bitch. Come nightfall, she hops up on this one table and she just sits and waits because she knows I'm going to come over with her brush. One side is a brush, one side is like a massage thing. She knows I'm going to spend 20 minutes. But I swear to God, it's at the same time every night she gets up on the table like, do me. I wonder where she learned that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Hello.
Getting up on the table.
Can
She's
I get
like,
a
do me, baby.
Melissa
like
Morgan?
You never done before. Hey, oh, hey.
What happened to that bitch that did As We Lay? Shirley Murdoch?
Miss Shirley Murdoch.
Doesn't
Shirley Murdoch also do I Wanna Thank You?
That's Alicia Myers.
That's Alicia Myers.
But doesn't she
Heavenly
do a remake?
Father. I don't know.
Heavenly Father.
Heavenly Father. Your light. Yes, girl.
For taking a piss on me.
It took a long time for me to taste it, but it
Those
tastes
golden
so
showers, baby.
lovely. I don't know.
No, Daddy, no.
Daddy, no. Daddy, no. Okay, so.
Well, enough of that Freudian rehashing.
Yes.
Hello, ladies.
Hello. Welcome to Homework.
This is Miss Matinga.
This is Mike Diamond.
This is Booby.
Yes, it really, really is. And today on Homework, we are going to be doing 7 Wonders of the Gay World.
Yes, and I want to preface that by saying that this is a completely arbitrary list of our personal choices of 7 wonders of the gay world. These are our 7 wonders, not necessarily because as we do not speak for the entire diaspora.
Oh, yes, I do. I most certainly do.
My new drag name, Diaspora Wonder.
Diaspora Wonder. So let me just ask you guys, did you come up with 7 each?
No.
Okay, good.
But I will tell you that this week, I finally, after years of looking, found this song. Do you guys remember this song? Because I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. That's why you love me. And I did some ecstasy.
Living in ecstasy. Isn't that one of the Pointer Sisters?
It's the Pointer Sisters. It's one of the Pointer Sisters.
No.
It's yeah, it is. It's Valerie.
Sister Sledge.
Sister Sledge. That's
Kathy
right.
Sledge.
And then this week, I also found out that Automatic is not sung by a dude. It's Sister Sledge.
It's totally
Pointer
So
Sisters.
that's the Pointer Sisters, girl.
Oh, that's the Pointer Sisters. Well, I found out that
honey,
this
you got
week,
some twisted sisters, honey.
I thought, what a great song. I thought that song was sung by the same guy that sings Ain't Nothing Gonna Break My Stride.
Matthew Wilder?
Yeah, I thought, that's got to be him.
That's a white dude.
It sounds like him. That's a white dude.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like Automatic sounds like a dude.
Like what you done to me. All systems on the ground.
Then he took my panties down. And I love that tune. And this week I gagged. I was like, oh no. And then I also found Thinking of You, which is such a fierce little song. Now,
Oh.
if I could just find, remember Chanel had a song that he called Wheat
Wheat paste.
Wheat paste. If I could fucking find Wheat paste.
I listen to it every time I go to the gym, girl.
Wait a minute.
You got a copy of Wheat paste?
It's on YouTube. I'll
Now,
send it to you.
wheat paste.
Send it to me.
Now, isn't that just a version or a dub of "Don't Lose the Magic"?
No.
No.
But it's Sean Christopher, though. Is Sean Christopher? No?
I do love me some Sean Chris.
I can't take another sleepless night.
And isn't it? Don't lose the matches about getting lost in the woods.
Yeah.
Don't lose the matches.
Yes. So what is wheat paste then? I know what I mean. I hear it, but what is it?
Wheat
then?
Wheat paste.
Wheat paste.
I have to look it up.
For kids that don't know, posters and promos for clubs and bands and everything used to be wheat pasted on buildings
That's correct.
around the city. I don't know if they still do that. I guess they maybe do.
Yeah, for concerts and stuff.
For itty
They'll
bitty
wheat paste.
concerts.
Yeah, like small like at what's that? Terminal 5.
Right. Not the
Places
concerts
like
are
that.
happening right now.
Right, but that they'll but for something like Madison Square Garden, they're not going to wheat
Right.
paste.
Right.
But Miss Chanel used to wheat paste around town,
Mm.
just like big gobs of it because she was hungry all the time,
Yeah.
and and so she would call that song, and it was like wheat Oh, it's such a good song.
What's that one? Omelette, 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 omelette.
Omelette. Girl,
What's
if we
that
could
one?
only remember the names of the
I
actual
know.
songs.
Because we don't even have the actual lyrics.
The actual lyrics at
Oh
all.
my
Girl, you
God.
remember wheat paste, don't you?
I
Of
totally
course.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, girl. Anyway, so today we're going to do 7 Wonders of the Gay World.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm going to kick this off right by nominating myself. I am one of the true wonders of the gay world, bitch.
Wonder Bread.
Okay, do one of you want to start?
No, please, you start.
No, you know what? To be polite, you start.
Okay, so I'll start. So I'm going to nominate this as one of the 7 wonders of the gay world because I have actually been here and I had the most magical time. There is a place, a small resort town, just, I believe it's north of Barcelona. It is called Sitges. And it is their version of like a P-town, Fire Island, Palm Springs sort of feeling. But honey, we're talking Mediterranean blue waters, big, hairy Spaniard bears with attitude who are gorgeous.
Really?
Fierce drag queens, incredible food, beautiful Gothic churches that are like 500 years old. I will say that the beach, Mediterranean beaches are so weird. Like they're very rocky.
Yeah.
They're like rocky and pebbly. It's like, where's the sand? I thought there'd be sand.
Sitges.
Yes, Sitges. And it's about an hour and a half.
Sitges.
So many Sitges. And and I went with my sister, and she
Ooh,
cock-blocked
fun.
me. I know with my super religious sister, and we karaoke'd and bought ice cream and lay on the beach for a little while and had the most incredible paella. And then as night started, and the town was rolling all day. As night settles in, then the streets truly came to life, and the boys were out, darling. And your little Spaniard lesbians out there too, trying to serve, tragic magic.
Right.
But honey, the boys. And then of course, like it's 8 o'clock and things are just getting there. And she's like, I think we need to get back to the hotel. And I'm like, yeah, go back to the hotel. He's like, no, I can't do it by myself. I'm like, yeah, go by yourself. That's cute. She's like, no, you gotta come. I'm gonna come, all right. What? What do you want from me, girl? She cock-blocked me so lovely. She's like, no, you gotta take me all the way back to Barcelona because I'm afraid. I'm like, girl, you better be afraid because if you make me go back to the hotel, I'ma kill you.
How far was the hotel?
I mean, we were in a town outside of Barcelona City.
Right.
To Sitges about, so it was about an hour and 15-minute train
so
ride
you couldn't
back
take her and then come back.
and come back. No.
So-
and also all the trains were done at 10 p.m. But girl, I would have slept on the beach.
Yeah.
If I couldn't find a hotel room,
Did
I
you
would have tried
send
to find
her
a
back
hotel
by
room.
herself?
No, I couldn't. I also wanted to go to Ibiza. Because Ibiza is an island off the coast, and she
Right.
was like, "You can't leave me alone in Europe by myself." And I was like, "You look here, you religious fucking bitch! I'm trying to get some cock here in Barcelona, and you're just not helping." But like the Bears, like they dig a chick. Like gay people
Yeah.
love chicks. Like the guys were like, by the way, super friendly,
Oh,
very friendly
but you
town,
said
very
Spanish
open.
bears with attitude.
Yeah, but more like hole.
Oh,
Not
Oh,
like
so not like pissy attitude.
not pissy attitude, but just like hot Spaniard men.
Okay.
And definitely some of the Roma hanging about as well.
what do you mean?
Lots of Roma. Roma are like
Gypsies.
gypsies, yeah.
Right.
Gypsies, like selling.
Miss Thing, when you said the Roma, I was like, girl, you talk about coronavirus.
I thought she said Rona.
The
I was
Rona.
like, that
There's
early?
some Rona hanging around. Honey Rona Barrett.
The coronavirus.
And selling trinkets by the beach. And some of those Roma, like they mop down, and they're like they can be dangerous, but the men are swarthy,
Really?
and like hot,
And
very like bamboleo.
Did you have any of that Roma trade or that Sitges trade on that trip?
Girl, my sister effectively cock blocked me all over Europe for 3 weeks. I know.
Oh my God.
I snuck a piece on the cruise ship in the quick.
Right.
But basically she cock blocked me all over Europe. I was through.
You were through.
I was through. I was
But
like, what do you think? Do you know that I actually went to Europe to go to museums and beaches, do you?
And churches.
And churches.
So, Miss Thing, so when you caught a piece on the cruise ship, were you at all worried like, oh my God, I'm gonna run into this person again? Because you're all on this cruise ship.
No, he was crew. And you're not supposed to sleep with crew. They actually could get them fired.
Oh, you should have had him
should
fired because that's
happen, honey.
inappropriate behavior.
Yes. And he was like, like when guys, like, when like guys do, like his shtick was on this boat, this incredible fucking boat. Like they had diving shows on this boat off this giant thing. Yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful boat. And he was like the partner of like the dudes. Have you ever seen the dudes that like they do, it's called arabesque, but
Is
it's
that like synchronized swimming?
But then also they do acrobatics where like they hold each other and use gravity to make all these different.
Right.
So she had body. The face was brick, child, but
Who
the body,
cares?
the face was brick.
She was giving you
But
Arabic.
the body was fabulous.
Miss Booby, what'd you say?
Did she have Lima?
She had cute Lima. It was just fine. It was
Right.
quick. It was very light.
Right. Right. And then she like spun you around like a plate.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
With her nose.
listen, honey, I wasn't doing no. You're not gonna hold me by my legs and then like make me go out like this. That's you
Again.
ask nice.
Right. The thing is, when people have like bodies like that perfect, I can't deal because then I'm just like feeling like a disgusting piece of fucking human trash. More than I normally do.
Butterface though. So I was like, no, I'm pretty.
Like, like
this kid will never be.
We've all been to like Cirque du Soleil. And I got to say, I've seen a couple of them. I always just walk out feeling really out of shape and fat. They're like folding themselves in half and they're all like 10 pounds. But which brings me into the next wonder of the gay world, which unfortunately is closing. And that is Parliament House in Orlando.
Is it closing down?
It is.
I thought it was closed already.
No, it is unfortunately closing, but I would say that is one of the wonders of the gay world. It was one of the remnants of the old gay life, darling.
Right.
Yes.
Because she was a disco. She was a motel.
She was a theater.
She was a theater. She was all kinds of things. So,
honey,
although it is closing,
you could go see Hedwig, then you could go see.
And then you could get head. In a
And then
way,
you can get head.
You could play. What did they call it? They called it something like what are those like? When you stand outside of your room? Oh, balcony bingo.
Right.
You could play
Oh.
balcony bingo.
Do you remember
And get
that
a
time that we
piece.
went and we were doing poppers for no reason on the dance
So
floor and all that?
angina.
And hung
So
out with
angina.
Angina.
I know at some point I was doing balcony bingo and I ended up in somebody's room in a bathroom and we did like a quick for like literally like 30 seconds and then I just skedaddled out the door. Like
Yeah,
for no reason whatsoever.
yeah. It was
Was it because of the
gay and
poppers?
cool.
Honey, the poppers weren't going to last that long.
Oh.
And I mean, and mind you, there were other people in his room just like sort of hanging out. And I just like wandered in and picked one. And we went into the bathroom. It was a wild night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
absolutely
Wasn't there
wild.
like a art exhibit or something going
There
on?
was some kind of fair happening and we had
Yeah.
our faces tattooed.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. That was a fun night, but not the only fun night that I've ever had at Parliament House.
Who was there? It was Chanel there?
Chanel was
And-
with us.
And maybe was Rob with us?
Rob was not with us on that trip.
Somebody.
Oh, I know who. I'm not.
One of our exes was.
Yes,
but
one of our exes. But
He
we're
will
gonna-
not be named.
He who shall not be named,
Yeah.
darling. But I will say I had one earlier experience at Parliament House when I was 17.
When you literally hitchhiked from New York
We didn't
to
hitchhike,
Orlando,
we drove. The plan was so it was me and Miss Joy Bacalao
Miss Joey Bacalao.
and Miss Honey that we used to call Jaws, whose testicle popped out at a Glenny meeting.
Yes.
And just to shorthand it.
Yeah.
And it was the day after I took my GED because I was a high school dropout, y'all. I ain't ashamed of it, okay? Because look where I am now. And so the very next day, the plan was the three of us were going to drive to Miami and just start new lives, right? All 17 years old, this, that, and the other. And I remember we would like drive down I-95 and every so often we'd get out, pull over in a truck stop and pull drags out of the trunk of the car and give impromptu drag shows at a park and ride.
Yes.
Ooh. Anyway, we got as far as Orlando because that's where the car died. So we said, well, hey, let's go to Parliament House and get jobs and start a new life here. And we made our way to Parliament House and they removed us from the premises because all of us were under the age of 18.
Yeah.
Not only could we not get jobs, we couldn't even be there.
Right.
So you couldn't even go in.
No, we ended up hitching a ride to the airport, begging our parents for airplane tickets and sleeping overnight at the airport on the floor and coming home, dejected, but young and gorgeous, darling.
Yeah. And you know what? Those are the adventures. Those are the
Yeah.
adventures. I mean, I remember having, like literally raiding laundry machines. This is it's like literally raiding laundry machines for $40 in quarters, and me and Michael going to Fire Island,
Just
And
enough for transportation and whippets.
just enough for transportation and whippets. We slept underneath the boardwalk, way towards the end where there were no houses, and still, my ex-boyfriend, who was my boyfriend at the time, found us. So when my eyes opened in the morning, there was my boyfriend looking down at me like, what are you doing?
And also, what was he doing there?
Huh?
What was he doing there?
Jared, yeah, who I didn't even know was supposed to be out on the island.
And wasn't he in love with his sister?
He also slept with he was my boyfriend at the time and slept with, all right, while I was dating him. So it was shade.
I'll
It was
bleep it.
shade. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was shade.
Yeah. And, just call back to the last episode.
But once again, adventures.
Adventures. But call back to
Adventures.
the last episode. Jared was a ginger.
Yes,
And
now
you said you've
was.
never been with a ginger.
Oh, wow. 3 gingers. I've actually been with 3 gingers. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And wasn't that also the same trip where we somehow talked our way into some guy's room and then he kicked us out because I wouldn't let him finger me?
Yes, because he wanted to finger bang you.
Like, you're
And I remember
bugging.
that-
Get your finger
and-
out of my ass.
And then we're back on the boardwalk, and I'm like, you couldn't let him stick his finger in your butt? I mean, for
just
Christ's
wasn't
sake.
Your
done.
butt?
Right now,
My
there's
butt.
a packet of Rolos and a Tootsie Roll in there right now just for fun.
I was trying to retain my dignity.
Honey, you could barely retain the Rolos.
Okay, Booby, what is your nomination for one of the wonders of the gay world?
Yes.
You mentioned it. Matinga mentioned it earlier. P-Town.
Ah, okay.
I've never been.
Such an incredible little town.
I find that shocking, Matilda.
I want to go. So, of course, not this year, but.
Booby, bring it.
Just very quaint. It's a very quaint little town right on the water.
Kind of family friendly, I've heard.
During the day, yes, there are many
too
families.
many
that go.
strollers.
Yeah, but then at night it becomes gay.
The freaks
gay.
come out at night.
Huh, huh, huh.
And it's the pizzeria that everybody hangs out at, right?
And isn't it Spree?
It's Spiritus, but they call it Stare
Spiritus.
at Us.
There it is. And there's this chocolate place.
Oh, they have a black bar?
Knew you were gonna say that.
I think it's called Sneakers East.
No.
Sneakers North.
North.
Sneakers, my sneakers.
Sneakers.
No, it's a place that sells chocolate of all kinds.
Like where they sell like the
Caramel.
taffy and stuff?
Yeah,
One of those
blue, the
places.
purple feather. Oh, it's fabulous. And we'll sit. We went there one of our trips, and it was really cold. We went before the season really started, so it was unseasonably cold. And they had hot chocolate like in giant mugs, like huge mugs, and it was like melted caramel on top. Oh my God, it was just crazy.
And you can go whaling, which is
Whaling.
which in that town is just chasing
Whale watching.
Flotilla. You can chase Flotilla down the street while she's in a wheelchair and just like try and harpoon her.
Whale watching.
There is great white sharks in the water.
Missy,
They have
isn't there
signs that
also
say
a
don't go in the water.
There's like a store that sells Christmas stuff year round,
Year round.
right? There's
Yeah.
one store, I forgot what it's called, but they sell things like kaleidoscopes and little gadgets and things.
Yeah.
And it's really cute, and I love all that kind of stuff. And I'm always afraid to go in there because if I break something, that's like $800.
Yeah.
And I could run quick, but there's like one street.
Yeah.
So,
And so they're gonna catch you.
It's like
There's also a game
like a Jew in a
store.
China shop.
a what?
A game
A Jew in a
store.
China shop.
I heard you both. You're both very funny. A chain store?
A game, like games,
Oh,
like
games.
Monopoly, but I mean of all types of games and toys and things.
Okay,
It's
you want to talk
fabulous.
about instant karma? That one summer that I was there with Hedda, recovering from my car accident,
Right.
and we were living in the Bat Cave, what we call the Bat Cave, and there's a supermarket, like not on Commercial Street, but like kind of off
Right,
a
right.
regular supermarket, and it was the beginning of summer, and they had these hanging baskets of flowers, and we wanted to like pretty up her place, and so we each mopped 2 hanging baskets of petunias and calibrachoa and all this beautiful stuff. And it was my idea. And I was like, oh girl, please, let's just do it. And so we each put 1 hanging basket on the handlebars and took off. And bitch, I skidded out on the fucking gravel. I mean, like trying to make our getaway. Recovering from my accident. Both hanging baskets smashed, gravel embedded in the palms of my hands, bitch.
Oh,
Instant karma.
Karma.
But yes, P-Town is great. And then, of course, there's the Dick Dock. And
Which
there's
I've
lots of art galleries, and like there's the tea dance at the boat slip, and
Before TikTok,
there was Dick Dock. It's
Yeah.
kind of like Fire Island, but more places to eat and shop and less snotty.
and better quality food.
Oh God,
Oh my
Yeah.
God, some really good.
especially if you're into
restaurants.
seafood, which I'm not.
Yeah,
P-Town, that's
but
a
we
good
don't
one.
mind that the lesbians show up because we live.
Hello. So next on the wonders of the gay world, I'm going to say the rainbow flag. The rainbow flag,
Ah.
designed by Gilbert Baker, way back. Do you know why? And I'm not really like a rainbows and unicorns kind of person, but as a symbol that people can get around, like, you know what? Faggots, lesbians, trans, all of it. We are all colors of the rainbow. Honey, taste these Skittles. The rainbow flag.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Preach it.
Preach
Testify.
on.
Speak it.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I live for the rainbow flag and the Puerto Rican flag. Don't have either.
Right.
Won't be.
Also,
But I do live.
I also think it's sort of a callback to like, Judy Garland, Dorothy, Over the Rainbow,
Right.
And I'm not really like a rainbow queen, but
But what was the name of the store that my ex Chad and I used to live on top of? in
rainbows and
Chelsea?
triangles.
Yes.
Is it still there?
Oh, no.
No, it is not.
Wow.
No.
8th Avenue, or was that 7th Avenue? 8th
Ninth
Avenue.
That was 8th Avenue.
8th
Was it 8th?
Avenue, I mean, that used to be like the beating heart of Chelsea, the starting line. The Rocking Horse was the best Mexican restaurant ever.
What was the big cup?
The Big Cup, the Viceroy, so many. It's all gone. It's
Right.
all gone. It's Banks, and not a lot of gay left anymore. Maybe there's one. You've got Barracuda is still there, and that little sex place right next to it. I mean, not that I've been. And but like everything else is basically gone. You know, what was that? What was that real seedy bar? That
Rawhide.
Rawhide, honey.
Rawhide. Any
girl.
place that has
That's
fucking
gone?
gigantic leather
For
flaps at the
ages.
door.
Wow.
Rawhide, that's the kind of place you go into when you're feeling a little sketchy at 9 in the morning.
After J's.
Yes.
And you know, you're not ready for sunlight, but girl, you know you can't sleep.
And you might get fucked on the pool table by multiple people.
Oh, like during the blackout of 2014?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not that we know that
No.
happened, but you know,
Heard
to
about
anyone
that.
we know, yes.
Heard about that.
That's the urban legend.
That's the urban legend, darling. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Who would like to name another wonder of the gay world?
Oh, you know what I'm going to throw in as a wonder of the gay world? I'm going to throw in all of the women, and many of them were lesbian, who in the original AIDS crisis took care of the boys who were passing away.
That's a fabulous choice.
So many of our sisters, because remember, you know, what does a lesbian bring on a second date? A suitcase. These so many of these women were monogamous and not like having these like crazy sex lives that they, you know, thank goodness sidestepped the virus. Many, not all, but many.
Right.
And so they stepped up, you know, when the boys were really sick and took care of so many of that generation that we lost. You know, so to all of our sapphic sisters who stood in and took care of us. And by the way, there were also, you know, heterosexual women, moms, you know, that stepped in, all those women.
I think that is a really excellent choice.
I think so too.
That's a beautiful choice. It's heartfelt, it's history, it's true.
So
factual.
I would say, Booby, let her rip with another one.
Oh, she's throwing down the gauntlet.
Hold on.
Oh God, she's gonna.
Someone's trying to hold on.
Okay. Let's see. Another one. Well, I mean, again, when I think of Seven Wonders, I think of places.
Okay.
But because we're gay, we got to be crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm gonna say it's a wonder for me. Okay, so it's not. I don't care if it's not for y'all.
Okay.
It's on the
free
Castro.
clinic?
The Castro, the Barbara Streisand Museum on the Castro.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
Fabulous.
Interesting. I lived very, very close to that. I lived at 18th and Castro with Ms. Honey for like a year and a half. Yeah.
Miss Honey, which Miss Honey? We knew many of Miss Honey.
Miss Jabba.
Oh, Miss Jabba. Because you could have been Jill Ryder. It could have been Hita.
No.
Or Pearly May.
No.
Pearly May.
Oh, when Miss Pearly May was living up at Guerrero House. Honey. Her and Navarre.
Miss
Have you spoken to Miss
Navarre.
Pearly May?
I got a letter from her in prison. I would say 2002-ish. That was our last communication. I know that Miss Pearly is alive and out there because I did find her.
Yes,
but not a way to contact her. I was just a little bit too late.
Yeah,
Right.
Paige is apparently okay.
Yeah, she is a transgender activist in California.
Fabulous.
Rock on, my sister. Rock on, my sister. Is that Barbara Streisand Museum still there?
I don't know. I went there in 95, 96.
Look it up while I tell a story about the Castro.
Okay.
Yes.
So I lived at 18th and Castro with Miss Jabba. It was his apartment. Bitch, it was like 2 bedrooms. I think it was like $500 a month.
What?
It was a long time ago, girl.
Gay Pride Parade, like right outside your window.
All the time. We lived over a bar called, I think it was called like Uncle Bert's or something, or Uncle or Bert's or something like that on 18th Street. And I worked at a donut shop, and I got fired. And then I worked at
For eating the donuts?
No, first of all, the donut shop was literally underneath the apartment. Okay,
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know, for giving sass mouth. Then I worked at a health food store and I got fired. Then I worked at a porn shop and I got fired. Then I worked in the mailroom of some company and I had that for like 6 months. And then I quit. So exciting, exciting times.
It
Now,
closed in
Exciting times.
98.
it closed in 98. I lived at the National Hotel in the Tenderloin, and that's where I met Miss Renee. My eyes are my jewels. Her. Had sex with a boy in his bathtub.
Really?
Yeah, in the hotel. Then we were dating, and then his gay father came between us. Oh, and they invited me to a sex party. Came knocking on my door. I says, okay. So I go, and then some other person joined us, this sort of middle-aged black man, and he was walking down the hallway naked in front of me, and bitch, a butt plug fell right out his ass onto the carpet.
And was you sober?
Yeah, and he said, "Oh, excuse me," and just like kind of like picked it up and popped it
Oh,
back
so
in.
it was a sex party in the very same hotel.
In the building. Yeah,
Wow, that's so like Tales
San
of the
Francisco.
City.
honey, talk about
Very Tales of
seed
the City.
indeed.
Yeah.
Oof, child, and that guy, that boy in the bathtub, he ain't had no teeth. In retrospect,
He ain't had no
I-
teeth.
well, he had a couple, but in retrospect, I think he was a tweaker.
Was he cute?
Yeah, he was cute. He kicked in my door, though. I think he was a tweaker.
Why'd he kick your door in?
He was mad.
He like wanted a piece.
Or, I don't know, or a comb or a cigarette or something.
A
I don't
rock.
know. He kicked in my door. I said, oh, shit. Anyway, so Barbra Streisand Museum. That's a good one.
I will say that the three of us have dated men in different stages of toothlessness.
Oh, yeah.
The three of us.
Oh, yeah, babe.
And I used to hook up with this older guy at the Bijou all the time,
Miss Mizell?
who was like an older guy, but a handsome older guy. But he, like, right before he blew you, he would take out his entire denture,
Mouth.
and you'd get the gummy.
Omni job.
And it was, honey, I went back for seconds and thirds and fourths. It was amazing.
God bless Mizell. God bless her.
I'm
Me
telling
too.
you.
Honey, why do you think we keep her around?
Hello. Hello. You know what song popped into my head recently? It's a Diana Ross thing, and I was singing it to myself.
It's my house.
And I live here. No, but I think around that same era. Last time I saw him, he sweetly punched my lips. Last time I saw him, he said, "I'll be back, you stupid bitch." Last time I saw him, I was living in a bus.
Hey.
I know he hated leaving cause that homeboy fucked me up. He ain't got no money, but he got that funky smell.
Yeah.
Mama does.
Speaking of funky smells.
Last time I saw Miss Honey. What
Last
funky
time I
smell?
saw my
Miss
baby.
Honey.
Miss Honey.
Miss Honey. Miss Honey. Miss
Miss
Honey.
Honey.
One of the wonders of the gay world, Moi Renee.
Moi Renee.
Renee.
Yeah.
Down.
Miss Honey, Miss Honey.
And that's we're like at 5 or 6 at this point. Let's see.
I think we're at 4.
No, it was Seaches,
Peaches.
P-Town,
Beat down.
The lesbian thing.
Lesbians.
and then
The Barbra Streisand Museum.
the Barbra Streisand Museum,
Parliament House.
Parliament House,
The Rainbow Flag.
Rainbow Flag.
Oh,
just
shit,
one
we're
more.
at 6. Let's bring it on home with a lesbian, shall we?
Another lesbian? Let's not shine them too hard, girl.
Okay, well then how
No, I'm
about...
just kidding. We love our sapphic sisters. Just playing.
I know.
Okay.
Marsha P. Johnson.
Miss
Marsha.
Marsha P. Johnson, bitch.
Marsha P. A person, I think
Splish
all of
splash,
us-
she is taking a bath.
we all, if not knew her, at
Yeah.
least met her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have said this before. I will say it again. Miss Marsha, pay it no mind, Johnson. When I knew her, I would see her all the time. She was like the mayor of Christopher Street.
Yeah.
She would cover herself in flowers, and she was clearly homeless or
And wacky.
wacky and intransigent. And
But
trust me,
such a good spirit.
and but she also had highs that were very high and low, because I also saw her, rolling that cart down the street screaming at people too.
Rolling on a river.
And but when
I'm
we
talking
would
about the
talk,
Hudson River.
and I would talk to her, and she would smile. She had the most beatific smile.
Yeah, she
And
did.
I knew her as the mayor of Christopher Street, but as a young gay guy in the 80s, I didn't know
anything about her other
anything
than she was,
about how important she was to
You
gay
don't
history.
know legend right when it's in your presence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so I wish I had appreciated her more when I
Right.
knew her.
Yo, that same summer that Hedda and I were in P-Town stealing things, we came up with an idea. We were going to write a book called Letters to Marsha P. Johnson, and we were going to make up letters from gay youth, like what kind of advice they would ask from Marsha P. Johnson from the other side. I still think
Right.
it's kind of a good idea.
That's
a
actually
great
good
idea.
Letters to Marsha P. Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think her advice to everyone would be, for God's sakes, wear a life vest. And
Too soon, mama.
too soon. It's been 50 years.
Too soon.
Wait a minute.
Too
During
soon.
that same period that Marsha was around, not getting swimming lessons, wasn't there a guy that would hang out at the corner by Tiffany's with a big old dick in bicycle shorts?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a wonder of the gay world, honey.
like a baseball bat.
Big.
It was the hugest thing.
Like
ever.
it didn't look real.
But didn't
I
but
think it
remember
was
we would
real.
go up and like poke it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
And
you
it
know,
felt
you couldn't-
spongy.
You couldn't like. I mean, what would? First of all, I doubt that it would get hard because he would pass out.
Give me
Right.
that sponge cake.
And then also, like, what could you do with that? Like, you couldn't do anything with that. Can you imagine? He whipped it out. Like, what would you do? Cradle it like a baby. Just give it kisses. Maybe put it between two loaves of bread.
No, bitch.
You know,
grab
take a
it,
picture.
You grab it by the bottom. You grab it by the bottom of that shaft, right? And you just make it hard. And then you get your legs in a certain position and you just get it in there, girl.
Oh my God.
Not that I
Yeah.
thought about
No.
Yeah.
I see.
Let's see how that would work out.
No, like, you know how like when they're making a sausage and they like twist the end and that's what keeps it turgid, you know? You take that spongy dick and you grab the bottom of the shaft, right? You grab the bottom of the shaft and you squeeze it real good. And then you make sure that you did your yoga and you limber. And you just get it right in position.
And that you use a little bit of yogurt for lube.
Ride the white horse, bitch.
In a previous episode of Homework, I believe, we
Yes.
discussed, I think it was in the live
we
episode,
discussed in every episode.
we discussed Double Dick Dude, and I did
Yeah.
look him up. I did look him up on Reddit. Young guy, cute guy, long hair, but and big limas, two of them on the same guy, but
Are they going like this?
they're just both going down like this, like kind of like
Both functional?
both functional, both get hard, both 8 or 9 inches, but like the foreskin really, 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 really long. And you could tell it's like a guy who's manipulated the foreskin too. So the foreskin's all beat up and really long and like an old cable knit turtleneck that's just been through the dryer too many times.
Right.
Like, honey, no.
How do you beat up foreskin? And what is beat up
Because some
foreskin?
guys put their fingers in it and they stretch it and they work with that foreskin.
Manipulated.
They manipulate it. So if both foreskins are manipulated too
They
much
exploit it.
and they exploited the foreskin, and nah, man. Thanks, bro.
You know what I
nah.
say?
What? May the force be with you.
That's
May
what
the
I tell
foreskin be with you, bitch.
Foreskin be with you.
Wow.
Nothing
It
wrong with some
Evidently is.
foreskin. I love foreskin, but
Hey.
it was weird. And listen, I will dock, and stuff, and I'm into the foreskin. I'm into a little bit of cheese too, because everything goes better on a Ritz.
Do you know what? Do
But-
we have to be so vulgar?
But
This
this
is a
foreskin,
classy show.
check it
Okay.
out, bro.
For families.
This
It's
is a
harsh
family-
foreskin.
We're trying to
No.
keep it clean and respectable. Okay.
But if he circumcised both, I'd suck it.
we're paying homage to the rainbow flag, to women in history.
Go that
Mama,
foreskin looked like a weird rainbow flag.
Oh,
It was
trust
not
me.
cute.
trust, bitch. Much too many stitches.
So
Stitches.
many stitches.
Okay.
Beach.
So I see. So how many did we do? Well, I guess that
That's
I guess
seven.
That would be 8.
so the guy with the sponge cake was like a bonus eighth. And you know I love
Yes.
a bonus eighth. Honey, bring it.
Trust.
But drugs are bad. So okay,
Yes.
so I guess that brings us to the end of this very well thought out, researched,
Yes.
substantial episode of Homework. Before we sign off, we do want to let you know that we have merch for your nerves,
Yeah.
nerves, labels. Links in the description below.
Including holiday merch that's only around for a short time. Check it out.
I thought about wearing my holiday shirt today, but it isn't a holiday episode. And I also thought about wearing my I'll munch your tray for a cigarette hoodie, but I would be roasting in here. And by the way, it's very soft. It's gorgeous, darling.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous merch. Yes, right?
I have the other hoodie, Don't Cause It, Deborah.
Right.
And I was just wearing it because it's cold, in the house here.
Because you got AC blasting all the time.
Yeah.
Word.
Oh,
Okay.
my new drag name, Ethel Merch.
Ethel merch. She's
Word.
everything. Hell yeah.
Trust.
Miss Booby, bring us on home, girl. Bring us on
Okay.
home.
So thank you for watching us. This is Booby.
This is Shadiamond.
This is Miss Matinga, and you know where I'm going? I am going to see Jazz.